Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Osberg, Chief Executive Officer of Philadelphia Media Network. And this is a very exciting day for us. We announced when we formed this company last October that we were going to be seeking media partnerships with local companies and eventually national companies. And today is the announcement of our first national partnership here in Philadelphia. Many of you know that we distribute and print titles like the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, the New York Post, Bloomberg Business Week, Barron's, and USA Today. So when we went out to the plant the other night to talk to some of the guys that are managing all of that printing and distribution, they said, "Can you bring a little levity into the into the operation?" And we found our levity, and that's the Onion. We're very excited to have them come in as a partner, and I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to our new partner and the CEO of the Onion, Steve Hanna. So welcome to Philadelphia.
Philadelphia has really been on our radar for a long time. In fact, back about 2007, we opened new offices in Austin, Texas, in Minneapolis, and in Washington, D.C., and we got diverted. We got into the television business. But up until that moment, we were about to come to Philadelphia because Philadelphia desperately needs the Onion. Good? How am I doing?
Very good.
Doing really well so far. It's also been one of our leading cities online for years. We have 10 million uniques, and Philadelphia ranks across our 3 sites, the Onion, the AV Club, which is pop culture, and Onion Sports Network, which is affiliated now. It's a joint venture, actually, with Comedy Central, but it's associated with our television show that you've all watched, right? Yeah, and you really like it, right? Speak up. Okay, good. But Philadelphia ranks, I think, number 10 in all the online traffic that we have at the Onion. So we have an Onion index that involves young people, smart people, educated people, employed people. These are all good things, right, if you have children? And the educated people tend to be employed and also social, which means they drink to excess, our favorite kind of advertiser. So it's been on our radar. We had this opportunity. We've done this around the country with lots of other media partners, and they proved to be a tremendous success for us. And I think it's really, it's part of the realization for us that what we do best is produce content, comedy and pop culture. And what Greg and his folks will do is they know their city. They'll leverage their advertising relationships. Leverage, there's a word I thought I'd never use in public. In any event, they will take advantage of their long-standing advertising relationships, and they will do all the heavy lifting, which means they will sell the ads, they will print and distribute the Onion. It ought to be a great market for us. We thought so long before we got together to discuss this proposition. And so we will indeed hope to bring a little levity. Occasionally it's a little edgy. Yes? I recommend you look at today's opening edition. But at the end of the day, much longer speech, I think, as a good friend of mine who works for the New York Times said, there's more truth in a week's worth of the Onion than a month's worth of the New York Times. And I believe it, because that's the history of satire, and I could go on, but I think I'm about to get really boring. So it's a pleasure to be here. Wonderful city. I once came here actually when I was in the straight newspaper business, which is a lot less fun, believe me. It's much easier to make it up. And I spent a week here as kind of shadowing the editor around to learn how to do real news, and I didn't do really well at that, so here I am. So thanks very much for having me, and enjoy the Onion. And if you have a complaint, see Greg.
Thank you, Stephen.
You're welcome.
Are we taking some questions now, or are we cutting? We cutting? Okay. Well, let's formalize this relationship. So.
Great. We're going to cut something.
I've been told to. I'm going to cut half, and I guess you're going to cut the other half.
I don't think I'm prepared for this.
There you go. Are you good with the left hand? No, the right hand.
I'm a righty. How's
Very
that?
good. Congratulations.
Terrific.
Welcome to Philadelphia.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure to be here.